Are we there?
We are there. You are.
Fabulous. Okay.
Just refresh.
New. Here we are. Okay. Welcome, everybody. And then, of course, I didn't add everyone because I already forgot. Okay. Welcome, everybody. And then, of course, I didn't add everyone because I already forgot. Okay.
And we forgot to mute it.
That's okay.
Forgetful
Hey,
day.
it's one of those days where I thought I was going to have plenty of time in my day.
And turns out she just got here.
That's not what happened. I did not have plenty of time in my day. Hi, Katie Lynn.
Hello.
So, welcome,
You can go lay down.
everyone, to the Cooking with Cat and Steph Wednesday Live. We do this almost every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are Dysphagia Duo. Almost registered trademark. Thank you very much, by the way. I'm going to throw that out there. It's very exciting for us. I'm Kat Ludwig. I'm a dietitian.
And I'm Stephanie Pepper, and I'm a speech pathologist.
And we help people with dysphagia and nutrition.
Also known as swallowing disorders.
Yes. So every Wednesday, for those of you that are new, oh yeah, it's one of those days. Look. Bear with us. So every Wednesday, we do some kind of training. We teach people how to cook. We usually cook something. We are not cooking per se today.
No, but we wanted to talk about calories because there was a good question. Let me fix this.
Last week in the group.
Was it last week or was it this week?
I think it was last week.
Okay.
And it's one of these topics that is near and dear to my heart. I hadn't seen it yet, and Stephanie texted me. It was the middle of our workday, and she's like, you need to go into the group and answer this. And I was like, oh, if she's telling me specifically, then yes, this is important. So the question was about calories and protein and needs for gaining weight versus losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those topics that is complicated. So if you are trying to lose weight or gain weight, typically the recommendations are exactly the same with small differences. So we push protein on anyone trying to lose weight because typically they don't eat enough.
Right.
And their body doesn't have the tools that it needs to improve their metabolism. When you're trying to gain weight, we're trying to build muscle and everything else. And if you're not getting enough protein, you're not going to build muscle to gain weight. If you're not getting enough protein when you're trying to lose weight, you can't do the metabolic processes to burn fat and lose weight.
Right.
Same recommendation.
And but for both, when you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, the quality of those calories and that protein and is vital for your body to work correctly. So if you need to lose weight, you need high quality calories, protein, carbs.
So that is a fantastic segue. I have this little representation I like to do. So we have high calorie, high nutrient dense foods, like cottage cheese.
Right.
Or avocado. This is full fat.
100 calories for a half a cup. 5 carbs, 11 grams of protein for a half a cup.
Yeah. Which is, so it's calorie dense. There's quite a bit of calories in that small portion. It's got a pretty good amount of protein for half a cup. That's 11 grams.
For half a cup.
It's got calcium. Let's see, what else does it say on the thing? It's got calcium. It's got vitamin A. It's probably got some vitamin D in it. It's got cultures, so it's got some probiotic in it. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Okay, so higher calorie, higher protein. That's one classification. Okay? Or high calorie, high nutrient dense. And then we have something like pineapple or an apple that is low calorie, high nutrient dense. Hi, Edie.
It's been a long time since we've seen your
I
name.
know. I don't see her every week now. It's very sad.
Aw.
Hello, Karen. Hello, Brandon. It has been a few weeks. We're happy to see you all. Okay.
Yeah.
So, high calorie, high nutrient. Low calorie, high nutrient. And then we have something like oil. Let's just say oil for lack of another option at the moment. Oh, do you have any like crackers or white bread? Grab that white bread right there. Sort of similar. High calorie,
This doesn't
low
usually
nutrient.
happen at my house.
I know there's no judgment here. No judgment here. No, this is perfect.
It's
I'm
for
glad.
kids.
I'm
Yeah.
glad it's happening.
Absolutely.
At your house right now. Okay, so then we have
What we have.
high calorie, low nutrient density. So high calorie, or depending on the kind of oil. If it's like Crisco, it's high calorie, low nutrient density. This is probably olive oil, so it goes more in this high calorie, high nutrient density. So we have these three categories. We really want to stick in these two. Mm-hmm. We want to stay away from high calorie, low nutrient density. Hi, Linda.
It's so nice to see so many names here today.
Yes. So, and I'm glad you guys are all here, and I want you to ask questions because this is that topic that is complicated. So if you know someone else in the group, tag them and tell them to come over and watch because we need people to understand this concept. If you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, the recommendations are the same. It sounds crazy, I know. For gaining weight, we do want you to add a little bit more calories. Typically, there's a certain amount of protein we want you to aim for, and that depends on your body type, your body size, the illness that you're going through, what your goals are, etc. Okay? Struggling to maintain weight. Hi, Carol. Yes. Okay. So we need you to stick in this high calorie, high nutrient, low calorie, high nutrient. Because even though it's low calorie, we need those nutrients so that the other stuff works.
So when we say nutrient, think of like vitamins and minerals and all those things that are helping your body to heal.
So your protein intake is great, but if you don't have those B vitamins, your protein is not going to get metabolized and go into the places in your body that you need it to be.
Right.
We need vitamin C. We need vitamin A and D and E and K. We need iron and magnesium and calcium and potassium and sodium and chloride.
Right.
Those are the nutrients we're talking about, and we don't want you to necessarily supplement them.
So, and I like to give the thought process of you wouldn't just put gas in your car. You need oil.
Yes.
You need transmission fluid.
Yep.
You need good brakes. You need, for that car to work right, you need all of those things maintained.
Yep.
So does your body. It needs all of those nutrients maintained. So that's why we're here today to talk about good calories versus bad calories, or high nutrient,
high protein, high nutrient, high calorie,
and low
calorie,
high nutrient.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
It gets
usually I write it down.
Gets you mixed up.
I'll try to create a thing for you guys to look at. So the other one I like that's high nutrient, high calorie, peanut butter. It's fabulous. 190 calories in 2 tablespoons. 7 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat. So now if we put 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in half a cup of cottage cheese, we now have 18 grams of protein and 290 calories, which is significant.
And who is thinking, who would put cottage cheese and peanut butter together? We are.
I'm pretty sure we have a recipe on our blog, on our website, that is cottage cheese peanut butter.
We did a smoothie. We did a peanut butter and jelly smoothie.
Yeah.
Before.
So Stephanie has some fresh strawberries here.
Yes, and they're very good.
Low calorie, high nutrient density. So if you can't handle the seeds in these strawberries, what we're going to have you do is blend them and strain them.
Yep.
If you can handle the seeds in them, we're just going to blend them right into our cottage cheese. Okay?
And if you don't have the time for that, you can get strawberry jam or preserves.
And you can find seedless strawberry jam.
Absolutely.
And that's perfectly fine, okay?
So what we're doing is we're making a pudding with cottage cheese, peanut butter, and strawberries, and a little bit of honey. Because, well, there may be a little bit of sugar in this peanut butter.
And that's, look.
It's everything in moderation.
Everything
It's
in
okay.
moderation.
Yeah.
But the important thing to remember right now is if you need the calories, the extra calories
It's great.
are fine for you.
Right.
If you don't need the calories, that's another story, and we can...
We also recommend if you can find local honey that's been collected in the area near you, even better.
Yeah, it's got
Even
even
better.
higher nutrient density.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take half... This cottage cheese is a little bit loose, so I'm going to get a spoon.
Get a spoon.
I knew better than to buy this brand of cottage cheese, too, and I did it anyway. It's fine.
Well, I think that's going to help us.
Yeah, because for those of you that need it a little bit softer or thinner,
When we can talk about, I know that there's a couple of people here that for sure need things thinner than maybe pudding would be. We can talk about that and we can try it while we're here.
Yep. Okay. So half a cup of cottage cheese. Okay.
Do you want to use yours or you want to use...
Let's use yours. My poor blender. I'm tasked with buying a new one because mine melted at the top.
We're getting her a new one. Yeah, we're getting her a new one. Don't worry.
So I have a lid that's not melted, but it doesn't go on, so it leaks. Once again, can't have nice things.
Okay, how much peanut butter?
I was going to do 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Because, trying to stick with what's on the label makes sense to my brain right now.
Don't challenge our brains today.
It's one of those days.
Please.
And this is the other thing. When you're having a day, can I use that thing actually?
Oh,
When you're having a day where your brain's not
I
working
didn't realize
very
there's
well,
tablespoons on there.
there's tablespoons.
What?
I know.
You know how long I've had that thing?
For a while.
Yeah.
I might eat the rest. I haven't eaten well today either. I had a doctor's appointment in the middle of the day, so instead of having lunch, I went to the doctor. Okay. Do we want to throw the strawberries right in there too?
Does anyone need to see how to strain strawberries?
Good point.
Say yes if you want to see us strain the strawberries first.
Quiet group today.
Everybody said hi in the beginning.
No. It's okay.
I'd say let's strain them
Okay.
just so that we can show.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Way to jump out there. Okay. So,
Even if you didn't really want us to, we
know.
appreciate you
Yes.
responding.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen.
yes. Okay. So, I'm just putting these in the little food processor. Oh, I got it too full. Luckily, man, this thing is so cool.
Yes, I know you said yes, Linda. Thank you. I was just joking. I was just so appreciative that you answered.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta go just a little bit farther here. Yeah.
So this is going to be a peanut butter and strawberry. That's small and full. Yeah, it is.
So
we can drop the link for that
yeah.
for you.
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't have a leak because I'm losing my mind because there's strawberry on the counter, and I don't know how it got there. No one ever said I was graceful. Okay.
Perfect. And then I'll get a...
So these are just lightly blended. If you put it in your blender, it'll probably work better than my little food processor.
Yeah, I got this, but hey, this will work.
I think
We'll
it's
just
fine.
push it through.
Yeah.
So I just have a little strainer here, and we're pushing it through the strainer. That will capture all of the seeds and only get the strawberry pulp.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to add a little bit of honey for sweetness, because while the strawberries are probably sweet if you eat them, by the time they get mixed in here,
you lose that.
Yeah. So remember, anytime you blend, you sometimes lose flavor. And a lot of times with fruit, you lose that sweetness. So we could add a tiny bit of salt to this also, and that would probably brighten the flavor. So we'll add just a tiny bit of salt. Don't tell the other dietitians I said to do that. Like a tea strainer, exactly. How much sodium is in here? Yeah, there's a fair bit of sodium in the cottage cheese, but we won't tell anyone. Because some of you that struggle with keeping your sodium level up need it.
Right.
I work with corporate dietitians now, and they're very by the book.
I don't get enough salt.
Yeah. I believe it.
So I have to salt some things during the day.
Yes. So for those of you that need salt, eat it. Add it. It's okay. Buy regular sodium things. For those of you that have high sodium or have high blood pressure, we have to talk about decreasing your salt and your sodium, and we can find other ways to bring out flavor. Typically, another way we can do that is by adding a little bit of sweetness, especially if you need to gain weight. Okay, Carol, salt, yes. Okay, so cottage cheese, half a cup has 480 milligrams of salt.
How much is what is the recommended?
So the American Heart Association recommends that you get between 2,000 and 2,300 milligrams a day. So half a cup of this is about a quarter of your daily needs.
Okay.
Which seems like a lot when you break it down like that. So
okay. I'm going to stop now.
I think that's fine. Let's grab you a little dish to just set that in. So if you need salt, it's okay to
just a pinch.
Add a pinch. Okay.
Just
is that Amber I see?
Amber!
Pedro.
Hello.
Okay.
And so, Pedro?
High cholesterol. Okay, so Pedro, this is important too, because for you, we want to be extra conscientious about some of those foods that have lots of fat in them, like our cottage cheese. So maybe you want to go with a low fat. You're going to get a little bit less calories, but the important piece for you is we want to add that peanut butter and that fruit, because it's got fiber and other vitamins and minerals that are going to help decrease your cholesterol. The other piece to the high cholesterol is movement, not exercise. It's kind of a dirty word to me.
What, exercise?
Exercise.
Why?
Because you say exercise and people go, oh no, I'm not doing that. So I like to say healthy movement, whatever you can do. Ooh.
If it ends up all over me, then I'm just pulling a cat.
Okay. Okay, deal. Okay. If it's too thick, you can always add a little bit of milk. I got coconut milk here.
If you want real milk?
If you like regular milk, we could add regular milk to this. Okay. Yep.
Oh, I might have lied to you.
No regular milk?
We're not doing regular milk.
Okay. What else?
I have oat.
Sure. Let's do oat because it's open.
Oat is less.
And so this is the extra creamy one. And so it's a little higher calorie also because it has some fat, it has some protein, and it has some fiber and a little bit more sugar because it's oat. It's a starch, so it's got. Is pink salt better than Morton? Great question. Yes and no. So someone tried to tell me one time, oh, sea salt's better than regular salt. I was like, no. Salt is salt is salt is salt. It still adds sodium. It still adds chloride. So if you're worried about sodium content, it doesn't matter. All salt is salt. When we're talking about pink salt still has the mineral in it that makes it pink. Celtic sea salt typically has like 22 different minerals in it. Oh yeah, look at us go.
I probably put a tablespoon.
Okay. So different kinds of salt, especially if they're more gray, have more minerals. And if they're more wet, I don't know how to describe it, except if your salt is more moist, like your Morton salt is very dry, right?
Yep.
Celtic sea salt, it sticks together a little bit because it's got more minerals in it that hold in that moisture. And so I would say that's a good option for salt, is pink salt or sea salt, or we didn't add any honey yet, did we?
We didn't. Should we try it first?
Yeah, we should. I'll grab some. Ooh, it's sticking to me. Okay.
Oh, it smells peanut butter and jelly-ish.
Oh, yes. Does coconut milk in a carton have as much fat as coconut milk in a can? Oh, am I so glad you asked this, because look what I have here. One of each. So we can talk about that in just a second. The answer is no, it does not, but I will show you why. It's not sweet at all.
It's not, but I kind of like that, but I think that... I think I would like it just a tiny bit sweeter.
I would agree. Doesn't need a ton. Okay, so Megan, in the carton of coconut milk, it has filtered water and coconut cream. So there are 8 servings of milk in this container, and 8 times 5 is 40, so there's 40 grams of fat in this container, okay? Which is a lot, right? But we're not gonna drink the whole carton. This has 1/3 of a cup per serving, and there's 5 servings in the container. Each 1/3 of a cup has 14 grams of fat. So 14 times 5 is 75-ish, 71. So
it's just more condensed.
It's about the same amount of fat in the same container. This has water added.
Right.
To thin it out.
So this is a more condensed version.
So this also has potassium, a little bit of calcium, but it doesn't have a whole lot added to it. It's got a tiny bit of iron in it. It's got no calcium in it. So, and this is also organic coconut milk. I thought I got the cheap one, but I got the fancy organic one. Go figure. So it just depends on what you're gonna do with it. So we had discussed making ice cream. So I got the coconut and I got some pineapple, and the ice cream maker is just too loud.
Yeah, and it has to go for too long.
Yeah. So when we're talking about getting adequate protein and getting adequate calories, we want you to start with your protein food. So in this case, our cottage cheese is our protein food. Any adders in there are extra if they have protein in them, okay? If the fat in the canned coconut milk is the trigger for my reflux versus the coconut itself. So I would say for most people, fat is the trigger over the food itself. And I find that because fat, like if you mix oil and water or oil and vinegar, the fat floats on top, right? So in your stomach, if you have something with fat in it, the fat floats on top. And if you have reflux, that's what's going to go up your esophagus first. So it's possible that as you've eaten less, because this happens when all of you have dysphagia, you can't eat as much. Your stomach does shrink a little bit and it doesn't have as much space to hold any volume in there. So if you add a little more than your stomach wants or can handle right then, it might come back up.
So this is a bit thin, but I do believe that if we refrigerated it, it would thicken up.
I agree.
So one of the things, so we had to add a little bit of liquid for it to blend.
Oh,
it's really good.
It's so tasty. So here's the other thing. We use crunchy peanut butter.
We did, and there's no crunch.
There's no crunch.
There's no texture whatsoever. So if you need it thicker, refrigerate it. It will get thicker. If you need it thinner, add more of your milk. So every time I add more milk, I'm adding more calories. I'm adding more protein. There's only 2 grams of protein, but there's
a little bit.
A little bit.
It's an extra, right?
It's on top of, yes. Yeah, so plus all the nutrients, potassium, vitamin A, riboflavin. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Okay. And vitamin B12.
Yep.
All the extras.
All the extras. So, Linda, it is yummy. So if you can't do dairy because you are lactose intolerant, get a protein powder and use that to make this smoothie. If you can't handle the cottage cheese, get a protein powder, a vanilla flavored protein powder or an unflavored protein powder.
Will work. Any flavor that you like.
It could be the cake flavor that you have. It could be
have
chocolate,
cake flavor.
peanut butter. It could be chocolate. It could be caramel. All that would be delicious.
Yes. That is true.
So when we're talking about weight gain, you need protein, right? Whether someone who's trying to lose weight told you need a certain amount of protein, whatever. You need protein so your body can function. Because you can't gain weight if you don't have the muscle to keep that weight on your body.
And you can't improve your swallowing because your swallowing uses muscles. If you cannot feed your muscles the proper nutrients to get stronger.
Correct.
So it's this vicious cycle, folks, that you can't eat a lot because the muscles are weak. And the muscles are weak because you can't get the right nutrients into it, like protein. Protein is one of the hardest nutrients to get into your body because it's so dense.
Meats don't blend well. And the ones that do, people don't know how to blend them. So protein first, and then we need to add high quality carbohydrates like apple, strawberries. The oat milk I even like. I wish it had more fiber, but there's 2 grams of fiber in one serving, which is surprising to me.
Which is more fiber than you get from cow's milk.
100%. The coconut milk doesn't have any fiber in it. So can you add a fruit or a vegetable to your smoothie? Spinach blends super smooth, especially when it's then cooked.
All you have to do is steam it.
And then, can we add a source of fat? So Megan said, maybe fat is a trigger for me. If you have reflux, fat might be a trigger for you. So you want to go lower on the fat. So can you do, like peanut butter powder has less fat in it, but it's still got protein. It's got a little bit.
Ground flax.
And, Linda, ground flax also has good fat in it. They're called omega-3s. They're anti-inflammatory. So I love that you add the ground flax because that's so good for you. So start with protein. If we're talking technical terms, I know you guys hate it sometimes when I get technical, but protein and carbohydrates per gram have 4 calories. So this serving is 114 grams for the serving. Now in the UK, they understand that a little bit better than we do in the US. But there's 11 grams of protein. So we'd take that 11 and multiply it by 4 to get the amount of calories in the whole thing. Same with carbohydrates. However many carbohydrates minus the fiber times 4 equals how many calories we get from carbs. Fat is more than double that. We get 9 calories per gram with fat. So if you need to gain weight, we need to get more fat into your body, more spread out throughout the day. And that's how you increase calories.
And that's kind of what we recommend for people with dysphagia is don't just try to get it all in at your 3 meals. I would rather see you do 3 medium to small meals and eat snacks.
Every 2 hours.
High quality snacks.
Yep.
Every 2 hours.
Amen to that.
Because then your body, you don't have to work so hard. You're not overworking the muscles of swallowing, so you're not fatiguing them to the point where it's harder to recover.
Right.
You want to work the muscles, obviously, but little bits at a time. And you'll get more calories, good calories.
Right. So we need the protein. You need protein at every meal and every snack. Okay? You need carbs at every meal and every snack. Ideally, those carbs that have higher nutrient value. And then you need some kind of fat in there. So if you have a food, say you're having applesauce and oatmeal. Not a good example, but an example nonetheless. There's no fat in that. Can we add a little bit of coconut milk? Can we add a little bit of peanut butter? Can we add a little bit of butter?
Yeah, I like to put condensed milk
Ooh.
in my oatmeal.
Ooh.
Not sweetened condensed milk, just condensed.
Okay. So that adds more calories, more protein.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Okay. Is the smoothie cottage cheese, peanut butter, and jelly? Yes. You had to take the dog out. I know. Hey, we get it. We get dogs too.
We actually didn't use jelly. We used fresh strawberries and a little bit of honey. But jelly is absolutely, you wouldn't have to strain the strawberries. You could just use jelly.
And we blended it and strained it. Yeah. They have seedless strawberry jam out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So calories are important. If you're trying to lose weight, we do want you to be in a calorie deficit, which to me means we take out some of that fat. The unnecessary, like, can you use low-fat cottage cheese instead of full-fat cottage cheese if you're trying to lose weight? But you still need good, healthy fat in order for your body to lose weight. Because fat is an integral part of your body, and your body can't function without it. Your brain cannot function without it.
That is true.
She's a brain specialist. She knows. Just saying. So,
you crack me up.
I'm feeling very animated the last couple of days.
I'm gonna give you some more.
Okay, great. I'll take some more. Like I said,
it's just a little more lactose than I want.
It's a little more lactose than you should have. Yes.
Yes.
So, use protein powder if you can't get a meat in. Is sugar-free okay to lessen the sugar? Linda, if you tolerate artificial sweeteners, that's fine. If you are trying to lessen the added sugar in your diet, sugar-free is fine for you. I want you to get those carbs from real, solid, other carbohydrates, not just added sugar.
Right.
So I do want to touch on that because I wanted to get cookies and I couldn't find what I wanted. So we were originally going to do this talk 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was sick and I had made cookies. And they were these butter cookies that sort of melt in your mouth. So I will say that they are calories. They were made with butter, they were made with powdered sugar, and they were made with flour. There was very little nutrient density in those cookies, but they were very high in calories.
And they're very, she brought one to me when we were working one day, and I put it in my mouth and it just disintegrated and melted. We need to give you guys the recipe.
Yeah, we will.
Because I felt like I was eating a cookie. I didn't feel like I had to have a blended cookie to get the smoothness. It just melted away.
Yeah. So I like that recipe because if you just need the calories and if you're getting plenty of protein and plenty of fiber and you just need a few extra calories, having a cookie or two a day.
Or if you just feel like you need a treat, it's okay.
Yeah.
To just want a cookie.
Now, I am going to say, if you're eating too many carbohydrates and not enough good quality protein, that cookie is not going to do for you what you want it to do. So we have to focus on the other high quality stuff so that we can make that cookie count for you.
Yes. Well, so says the dietitian.
Yes.
The dietitian came out. And she is not wrong. I agree.
Right.
We need to hit all the good stuff, but sometimes we just need a cookie.
I agree. I need a cookie right now. I'm not going to lie. So yes, I hear you.
Yes.
What questions do you all have?
Yeah.
We do have a smoothie ebook that's been sitting in Canva for a while too that we need to finish and get put on Amazon to sell so that people, it's a great guide step by step how to make a smoothie, how to make a high quality smoothie. So we do have that we started working on probably a year ago. Just need to pull it out and finish it.
I totally forgot about that.
So did I until just now. We're talking about
Smoothies or pudding. So this can be pudding if you need thicker. If you're making it in a bigger blender like a Vitamix, it probably wouldn't necessarily even need the liquid to help it to blend. And these little ones, it's just hard to get the thick stuff through it because the blades are so small.
I do have to say though, I am impressed because that was crunchy peanut butter.
The Ninja has become our favorite.
Yeah.
Just FYI. We also really like the Blend Jet.
Until you melt yours.
Until you put it too close to the stove.
That's probably what happened. I don't know what happened.
Yes. Yes, so they're both very good. I'm a Ninja girl. Heard about a Ninja ice cream maker that it can make it hard ice cream or soft serve ice cream.
Someone who's watching told us about it.
Yes.
Look, if it's at Costco tonight, I might be buying it. We'll find out. I don't know. We shall see.
I haven't even been through that aisle of Costco in so long.
Probably for a reason.
Right? This is true.
Okay. I think that's all we have for you today.
Yes, it was all about calories today.
Yep. I have one.
You have one?
Yes. Tell us, Linda.
Yes, Angie.
Yes. Okay.
It was you.
So I'm going to do a shameless plug for a membership.
Okay.
Membership dinner party, actually happy hour is tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to be ending something right at 5 o'clock and jumping on in my car. So I will be eating something for dinner party from my car.
It's not dinner party. It's
happy hour.
Happy hour, but
Dysphagia happy hour.
we will be having snacks.
So
it's amazing, I bet.
We like to have everybody bring something to eat and or drink, depending on what you're comfortable with. And we've had people in the past bring something that they're a little bit scared of, so Stephanie can walk them through it. Because sometimes having that support is the key. And Stephanie is really great at helping you understand what's going on. And our membership is $37.99 a month, and that's just one event.
That's just one of our events, and it's tomorrow night.
So we do about one event a week. Next week, we have a masterclass on meal planning that we are teaching. And we're very excited about that too. We've already, for this month, done our question and answer session. And, we have another one at the end of the month. Recipe Club.
Yeah.
That we haven't done yet. So join the membership if you haven't already.
Yes. All you have to do is go to our website and go to the services tab.
Yes, Linda, virtual. We make sure you have the links.
It's all virtual.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
And the other part we didn't say yet is we have this amazing supportive community through an app on your phone or computer called Telegram.
Which everyone can communicate, anyone can communicate with each other and with us 24/7.
Yep. And it is a fabulous group of supportive, positive people that just continue to uplift one another.
Absolutely.
And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like it's
some
great.
of them have been there and done that, and some of them are, still working through. Can you do a segment of snacks we can have between meals? And I think we've done snacks before, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Linda posting the website for you.
Yep, dysphagiaduo.com, and you'll go to the services page.
Yep. Okay.
This has been fun.
This has been good. And we don't have as much cleanup today.
Yes.
But we had a great conversation about a topic that's really important.
And very dear to your heart.
It is.
You got
Yeah, I like it. And so I'm hoping the person that posted that question, I don't know if she's here, but I hope she comes back and watches this because it's a very confusing topic. And I see how people get just bogged down and discouraged. And so we're here to encourage you.
Yes. We're always wanting to answer your questions. So Wednesday nights, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Daylight time now, standard is not until, I don't know, October. So, yes, Karen, thank you so much.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.